Hello my friend, it's Tanya at Move Deeply. Thanks for joining me for another video. I am here to give you a few tips on how to assess where your shoulders are at, if they're rounding forward slightly, and also how to reverse that and also do it in a way that will help you for the long term to help relax the muscles with somatic exercises and also gradually increase your body awareness to help avoid any kind of neck pain or shoulder pain. So I myself have had chronic bursitis for years, or I did have it for about 8 years, off and on every few months. I couldn't figure out how to get rid of it. I was a generally very active person, but I also worked at a desk job. So it was very frustrating to start making progress with my fitness and strength, only to have a flare-up after a few months. And I'd been to physiotherapists, and I just couldn't figure out, and they couldn't figure out exactly what was going on. They'd give me a few exercises, it would help for a little while, but nothing seemed to target what was really happening until finally I did find a physiotherapist who pointed out that I had slightly forward rounding shoulders, and that was enough to create bursitis. Since I was an active person and I liked doing yoga and strength training, I was compressing the bursa, which are like little pads between your joints, and when they get inflamed, it can really hurt, and it keeps you up at night, and it's sharp and stabbing pains, and also it can generate tension in your upper body muscles just as a response to the pain. So that was good to find out, but I still had trouble figuring out how to make it go away and how to correct my posture in a natural way that was more long-term than just going for massages or using devices to help correct me. So that's what led me to somatics and where I am now. So I'm going to show you the exercises that really help me get over my bursitis and that I do on a regular basis to correct my posture in my upper body and to retrain my muscles to function better. So I haven't had a flare-up in about 3 years, and it's really changed my ability to move and do different workouts, and I'm now training my body in ways I never have before, and I'm not getting in pain. So I hope this inspires you to keep trying different things, and also that these exercises hopefully help you as well. So now that I've told you my story and my background and my inspiration for this particular video, let's get started. So you'll just need a soft place to lie down, and that's it. So the best way to start assessing your posture, just really quickly without having to even really look in a mirror, although looking in a mirror will certainly help you, is to just stand normally and relax your arms at either side. I'm just going to kneel since I'm already here, but you'll just want to stand and just close your eyes for a moment and don't try to change your posture at all. Just relax and stand as you would if you were just waiting in line or talking to someone. And just start to bring attention to your shoulders and your arms in particular, and see if you can sense which direction your hands are facing. Are the backs of your hands facing to the sides or the front? Can you feel if your chest muscles are a little tight? Does your neck feel like it's slightly forward? Does your head feel like it's slightly forward? Or maybe it feels pretty straight up over your shoulders. Just sit with this feeling for a moment, and we'll compare at the end of the video just to see how things may have changed. And now you can open your eyes and have a look at where your hands are. So the indicator that your shoulders are rounding forward is that the backs of your hands are going to be more towards facing forward. So Mine aren't too bad right now, but I did something this morning, these exercises, to help me get them back to a better posture position. But if you find that your thumbs are more in towards your sides and your fronts of your backs of your hands are forward, that's a pretty strong indicator that your shoulders are coming forward and your shoulder blades are lifting and separating. And of course, this leads to a whole bunch of neck tension and hunching of the shoulders that often we don't even realize is there. So just take note of where your hands are. It could be that they're completely forward, then this exercise is going to definitely help you, and the more you do it, the less this will start to happen with your arms. And but if you find they're fairly sideways, that's great. But if you're like me, it's a very subtle rounding of your shoulders, and this can make still a significant impact on your muscle tension in your upper body. So we're going to get started with our first exercise just to warm up. It's the arch and flatten exercise. I go over this in several of my videos, and I have a longer video that walks you through the step-by-step. So be sure to do that later on if you want a bit more of a in-depth view of this exercise, since it can take a bit of practice to get it very smooth, but it's pretty easy, so don't worry if this is your first time. So you're going to come back onto your back, slide your hands, your arms away from you, make sure your shoulders are relaxed away from your ears, and try to open your hands palm face up. If that feels uncomfortable, then you can rotate your hands to be on your pinky finger side. So just imagine you're holding like a coffee cup in either hand. Just relax your hands and allow your back to rest on the floor. We'll just take a deep breath in into the belly and exhale to relax. And one more time like that. Inhale. And exhale, release. You can put your hands on your stomach here and just take one more breath and try to send it into your hands. And exhale, release. So that's where you want your breath to come into when we're doing our arch and flatten. So relax your hands on either side again. And inhale, start to arch your back away from the floor, keeping your bum on the floor, rolling onto your tailbone. So the tops of your hips, the front of your body, are moving up and away from your ribs. You might be able to slide your hand under your back. And then very slowly let gravity bring you back down to neutral while resisting gravity slightly with your muscles. Keep going until you come back to what feels like neutral and relax. And then on your exhale, you're going to do the opposite and flatten, lengthening your spine against the floor, getting rid of any space between you and the floor, activating your abdominal muscles in the front of your body, drawing those hips towards your ribs this time. And then slowly release with control, as slow as you can, resisting gravity, but gradually letting it win and bringing you back to neutral. And we'll come into the arch again. Inhale. And slowly release back down, breathing normally. Relaxing at neutral, and then exhaling to come into your flatten. Really feel that engagement through your abdominals as you flatten your spine against the floor. And then slowly release back to neutral with control. Try to imagine Every vertebrae gradually coming back to neutral. And relax. We'll do that one more time. Inhale to arch, contract the lower back muscles, and then slowly release back down with control, one vertebrae at a time. And relax, and then slowly exhale to flatten. So this exercise is warming up the spine, releasing muscles around the lower back and the abdominals with this very slow mindful movement. Slowly start to release that back to neutral and completely relax. So now bring your hands behind your head with your elbows facing out and just interlacing your fingers behind your head, and your thumbs are just coming down your neck. This is called the arch and curl, and it's to release muscles all down the front line of your body, which often get tight and keep us rounding forward when we have to do a lot of activities that keep us in this forward position, namely desk work, but gardening and physical labor where we're having to pick things up are also just as much of a contributor. So you're going to inhale, come into that arch again. Slowly relax back down with control. And then exhale to flatten your spine against the floor. Bring your elbows parallel to each other, and then slowly come up as if you were coming into crunch, but we're keeping it nice and gentle. Don't try to come up too high. Just so that your shoulder blades are just starting to come off the ground. Try to relax your shoulders, and then slowly return back to the floor for my count of 10, 9, 8, nice and controlled, gradually releasing those abdominal muscles. 4, 3, 2, 1, and completely relax. Once your head is on the floor, you're going to squeeze your elbows together as close as you can, maybe touching, maybe not. Contracting those chest muscles, and then very slowly with control, open them back out to the sides as smoothly and slowly as possible. The slower the better, to help retrain your nervous system to better control the muscles and relax them to a better baseline. And completely relax when your elbows are open. And again, inhale to arch. Slowly release. Exhale to flatten and curl. And then slowly release back down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and completely relax. Squeeze your elbows together. And slowly open them with control. Completely relax at the bottom. And we'll do one more. Inhale to arch. Slowly lower. Exhale to flatten and curl. And slowly lower back down with control. I'll let you count on your own this time. Try to go even slower than you were before. See if you can sense your entire rectus abdominis from your pelvis to your chest, releasing. And squeeze those elbows together one more time. And slowly open. Try to resist the temptation to rush through here. You're not doing yourself any favors by rushing with somatics. And relax at the end. So, now that we've opened up the front line of the body more, we're going to work on the scapula, which has, as a result of rounding, started to rise up in our upper back, making our shoulders hunch. And these scapula scoops are a very effective way to release tension and reset the scapula, those are the shoulder blades, to where they're meant to be. So we're going to start by inhaling, shrugging the shoulders towards the ears, but you're gliding them along the floor. So just gliding rather than lifting, and then slowly with control release them back to neutral. Being mindful not to rush, especially through the last 10% of so of the movement, which is where most of the tension lies. And release. When you get to the end of your range of motion, completely relax. And now we'll do the opposite. So slowly slide your shoulder blades down your back, bringing them together. Contraction through the middle of your back, it'll feel like. And then very slowly begin to release back to neutral as slow as you possibly can. You might get a bit of shaking. You might have trouble controlling and being smooth, but just try your best. And completely relax when you come to neutral. And we'll do another one, gliding your shoulders towards your ears, keeping your head on the floor, elbows towards the floor or resting on it, and slowly release with control. Completely relax. And then do the opposite, coming down, squeezing the shoulder blades together and downwards towards your waist. And then slowly release. If you're going slower than me, that's great. Keep it up. Don't rush just because I say I'm finished. Try to go at least as slow as I am. And relax. Now we're going to alternate left and right. So you're going to shrug your left shoulder up towards your ear and draw your right shoulder blade down towards the waist. So it'll be a little bit of a S shape with your spine. Just let your spine move with you. And then slowly release back to center. Relaxing very gradually your left side and your right side. You're not bringing it to center, you're just letting them come back. Completely relax when you feel you've come to center. And then do the opposite. Right shoulder up, left shoulder down. And slowly release. So this is helping to increase your body's control over the movement of your scapula. And we'll do the other way again. Left shoulder up, right shoulder down. Slowly coming back, letting gravity bring you back while gently resisting. Again, try to slow down through that last 10%. It's where we hold the most tension. And again on the right, right side up, left side down. And slowly release. And relax. So I usually like to do about 3 on each side with this. You can do more. You can do more on one side versus the other if you can sense that you're tighter on one side. Always do it 1 or 2 more times on the tighter side. Now we're going to move on to scapula scoops part 2. So bring your arms out to T, and then slowly bring them up to hug a barrel, imaginary barrel or a beach ball. Let's say it's a beach ball. And you're going to hug that beach ball and squish it. So your chest muscles are going to squeeze and your shoulders will lift off of the floor. And then very slowly release your hug on that beach ball. And once you've come back to neutral, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Your hands will come a bit apart. And then with control, release that contraction. And then very slowly open your arms out to T for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Completely let go. And then slowly bring your arms back up to hug that beach ball. And squeeze the beach ball. Slowly release that hug. Let the shoulders return to the floor. And then squeeze your shoulder blades together gently. And slowly release that contraction. And then let your arms gradually open again with control. You should feel this through your chest muscles and your biceps, maybe even all the way up into your forearms. And relax. One more time, slowly bring them up. Hug your beach ball. Slowly release that. And squeeze your shoulder blades together. Slowly relax. And then we're going to imagine passing the beach ball to someone, but just with your arms. You're not moving your body. You're going to slowly let your right arm come towards your right, and the left arm follows. Just come as far as you can without fully extending the arm. So you don't want to let go of that ball. And then slowly, with control, come back through center. Imagine that you're moving your arms through really thick syrup or molasses or mud or something like that. So it's really hard to move it through, but you're gradually getting there. Over to the left side. Really bring your attention to your scapula, the muscles around your shoulder blades, how they feel as you're doing this motion, and continue coming back up through center. You might get a bit of a twitching or wobbling sensation with your arms. That's totally normal. And coming over to the right side. And slowly back through center. Again, I like to do this about 3 times per side. So we've got 1 more per side. I'm coming to my left still here. Try to keep your eyes closed and just listen to my voice once you feel you've got the hang of it, as this will help you tap in more to your body. And then slowly over to the right 1 more time. And over to the left. back up to center. And then you're going to slowly open your arms out to T again. With control. Try to resist rushing through this. Slow down even more through the really tense parts of your biceps and chest. And completely relax at the bottom. And just take a deep breath in here. Exhale. Relax. And slowly roll over. Bring yourself up to standing, nice and slow. I'm going to stay kneeling, but you can make your way there. And come into your standing awareness position. That's what we call it in somatics, to help you build more body awareness about how your body should be feeling, or closer to how it should be feeling physically in alignment. So close your eyes, relax your arms at either side, and just see how your upper body's feeling since we've worked on that. Maybe your shoulders feel a bit more open or relaxed. Maybe more down your back, less up in your ears. Maybe your head feels a bit more backwards. It might even feel like you're falling backwards, and that's just your brain getting used to this idea of your head being over your shoulders more, which we get used to being in certain positions, and it can almost feel wrong when we do these corrective exercises. But this is how your body is closer to how your body should be. And the more you do this, the more you'll start to naturally sense when you've been spending too much time in a position that could be compromising your posture. So you can open your eyes now and have a look down at your hands, see if anything's changed. It may not have. That is totally normal when you're first starting to do this type of thing. It just takes time to start unraveling. It's like an onion. Our muscles to release and get our bodies back into a more neutral position. So don't worry if not much has changed. It's mostly about how you're feeling. So you should be feeling a little more openness and a little more relaxed in your upper body. And if you try this video out a few days this week, you'll likely start to notice more of a difference. So thanks again so much for joining me. Be sure to head over to my channel and subscribe if you aren't already. If you are, then thank you so much. And I also have some great programs on my website at movedeeply.com where you can support me, and that of course lets me continue to provide free content and create more programs to help the world move better. So thanks again so much, and I will see you next time. Keep moving deeply. If you'd like to get to know somatics and restorative yoga as a practice on a deeper level, I have a lovely free 5-day program that you can find at movedeeply.com. It's completely free and you have access for as long as you like, and it'll walk you through several fundamental somatics exercises and restorative yoga poses that complement the practice to help you feel your best and increase your mobility, reduce tension, and all that good stuff.